Well, we're going to read a story today about me, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Way up north at the North Pole, there's a special place called Christmas Town. Have you ever been to Christmas Town? Oh, well, that's where all the families of reindeers live, in caves. This is my cave. I live there with my family. And the elves in Christmas time, they work at the factory, making presents for all the boys and girls, all the children in Santa's castle. Santa lives in a castle. Santa makes sure that he eats a lot so he can fit into his Santa suit. Well, there was one year when the weather, the weather was so bad that Christmas was almost canceled. It snowed and snowed and snowed and snowed. Wow! Wow! It snowed so much. One spring, the lead reindeer of Santa's sleigh, his name is Donner. He had a baby, Rudolph. Rudolph was born, and his tiny red nose began to glow.
Great bouncing icebergs.
Ooh, wow. Santa was surprised when he saw Rudolph's red nose. Well, Papa Donner taught Rudolph all sorts of things that he needed to know, especially how to be brave and beware of the abominable snow monster. But Rudolph didn't like his nose, and he tried to hide his nose. Peekaboo. Where's Rudolph's nose? Oh, where's Rudolph's nose? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Oh, my nose. Nose. Well, all the elves were very busy making toys for all the children. Oh, this is Hermie. He is making a drum set. Wow. Oh, but Hermie really wanted to be a dentist. He wanted to take care of teeth.
It's my dream.
Not toys. Oh, Hermie felt like a misfit. And Rudolph felt like a misfit. I don't like my nose. I'm going to keep my nose a secret. Don't tell anyone about my nose. Well, one annual day reindeer games came to Christmas Town. Ooh, and Rudolph was so excited to participate in the reindeer games. Shall we play some games together? Let's put our hooves in. You put your hoof in, you put your hoof out, you put your hoof in, and you shake it all about.
You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
That's what it's all about.
Hokey pokey!
You put your antlers in, you put your antlers out, you put your antlers in, and you shake them all about.
You do the hokey pokey and you yourself around.
That's what it's all about. Hokey pokey. Shall we put our nose in?
You put your nose in, you put your nose out, you put your nose in,
And you shake it all about.
you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
That's what it's all about. Woo! Well, Rudolph was so excited. He was very excited to show off his jumping skills. Shall we jump together? Let's jump together, reindeer. Jumping, 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 jumping. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Jumping, jumping, jumping. Jumping, jumping, jumping. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Woo! Wow. Rudolph was so excited when he was jumping. Wow. He started to fly.
Wow!
Wow. Rudolph jumped so high and so far. He was flying. Let's fly with Rudolph. Flying, 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 way up high in the sky. Flying, 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 way up high in the sky. Wow. Uh-oh. When he started to fly, his red nose started to shine. Uh-oh. And all of the other reindeer started to call Rudolph names.
From now on, we won't let Rudolph play in any reindeer games. Look at that nose.
Oh. Rudolph was very sad. Oh, and back at the toy factory, Hermie was having trouble too. You see, he skipped elf practice so he could fix the doll's teeth. And when the foreman found out, he yelled at him. The foreman said,
You come to elf practice and you learn to wiggle your ears like a good little elf. And you need to learn how to chuckle and do important elf stuff. Or you'll never fit in like Rudolph, who will never fit in.
Oh. And Hermie the elf was very sad too. And he met Rudolph. And Rudolph said to Hermie, You don't mind my red nose?
Not if you don't mind me wanting to be a dentist.
Oh, I'd like to be your friend. It's a deal. And they became friends. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friend is my friend and my friend is your friend. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Ooh.
Yay!
Well, on their first day playing together, they heard the abominable snow monster's terrible roar. Roar! Oh, dear. Oh. And the two friends, they tried to stay far away from the monster. But they couldn't, because there he was. Oh, the abominable snow monster. Oh, hurry, friends. Let's climb on this iceberg and row away. Quickly. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily.
had a dream. Well, they rode and they floated until the abominable snowman. Yes, and they landed at a place called the Island of Misfit Toys. And that was a special place for all the toys that didn't fit in. There was a ruler there, a king lion. Oh, he was out of place. A toy is never truly happy until it's loved by a child. I wish someone would love me. Oh, those misfit toys wanted to belong to a child who would love them. Well, King Lion let all of their friends spend the night. Ooh. And the abominable snow monster, did find Rudolph because of his shining red nose. Oh. Meanwhile, well, Rudolph's mama and papa had been looking for him. It was now 2 days before Christmas Eve. And Santa had told Rudolph that without Donner, he'd never be able to get the sleigh off the ground. Rudolph was determined. I want to find my parents. And he began to look for them. But then it started to snow again. Huge snowflakes started to fall. But Rudolph didn't give up. He found a cave. And in the cave, I'm going to be very brave. I'm going inside the cave. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
Hello.
The abominable snow monster was there. And he had Rudolph's mama and papa. Put them down! Put them down! Please! And the abominable snowman? Well, what did he do? He went after Rudolph, too. Well, along came Hermie the elf, just in time. Oh! Do you know what? The abominable snowman had a toothache. A toothache. Hermie, come in here.
Don't worry, I can help with this.
He found the abominable snowman.
Where does it hurt?
Say ah. Stick your tongue out. Ah. All right, shall we count the teeth?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 teeth, wow.
And Hermie had to remove all of the monster's teeth. All gone. But now the monster felt better. And he wasn't an angry monster. He just had a toothache. That's all. Will you be our friend? And the monster went with Rudolph and all of the misfit toys back to Christmas Town. And now
The monster was no longer mean. He even got a special job. He got to put the star on top of Santa's Christmas tree. Hip, hip, hooray! Well, the next day was Christmas Eve. But the weather was so bad that Santa couldn't fly his sleigh safely. He needed Rudolph. Rudolph, Santa said, you and that wonderful red shining nose of yours, that nose can cut through the murkiest storm. Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? It will be an honor, sir. And so, the sleigh was loaded. The reindeer got into place, and Santa climbed aboard. And Rudolph took the lead, and the sleigh took off. Where was Santa's first stop? The land of the misfits. Yes, the land of the misfit toys. And Rudolph went down in history as the greatest reindeer of all time. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? That's me, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeers used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. Oh, I'm so happy that I got to lead Santa's sleigh through the storm and deliver all the toys to the children around the world. All right. It's time to say goodnight to our reindeer. Good night, reindeer. They worked so hard. Yes, we need to put them to sleep. Good night, reindeer. Good night, reindeer. Good night, reindeer. We'll see you really soon. Good night, Blitzen. Good night, Blitzen. Good night, Blitzen. We'll see you really soon. Time for bed, Vixen. Good night, Vixen. Good night, Vixen. Good night, Vixen. We'll see you really soon. Oh, good night, Prancer. And good night, Hooves. Good night, Hooves. Good night, Hooves. Good night, Hooves. We'll see you really soon. Good night, Dancer. Good night, Shoes. Good night, Shoes. Good night, Shoes. Good night, Shoes. We'll see you really soon. Good night, Comet. Good night, stars. Good night, planets. Good night, cars. Good night, cookies. Good night, toys. Good night, Cupid. Good night. Noise! Let's make some noise. Good night, Donner. Good night, day. Good Good night, Dasher. Good night, Sleigh. Good night, Sleigh. Thank you for taking us around the world and back. Good night, Workshop. Good night, Elves. Thank you, Elves. Good night, Dolls. Good night, Bells. Good night, Bells. Good night, Rudolph. Good night, Nose. Time for bed. Turn off your light. Uh-oh, I don't know if I can turn my light off. That's okay. That's okay, Rudolph. Good night, Rudolph. Goodbye, Rudolph. Goodbye, Rudolph. Goodbye, Rudolph. We'll see you really soon. Goodbye, Hermie the Elf.
Bye.
Goodbye, elves. Goodbye, elves. Goodbye, elves. We'll see you really soon. Goodbye, Charlie's friends. Goodbye, Charlie's friends. Goodbye, Charlie's friends. We'll see you really soon. Want to touch my nose?